Here we are again. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here to review an album by is it a Dutch band called De Staat or De Staat? And the album is called Bubblegum. And so we'll talk about that. I believe it's from 2022 or something like that.
2019.
2019. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. I'm Robert Fitton, along with Mike from Hubtunes, Richard from Calvin Wazoo, and ladies and gentlemen, the man who we found out in our Halloween episode apparently likes to critique movies based on the trailer, Craig from Craig's Vinyl Plethora.
Of course I do. Shoot. Judgy.
Never
No.
seen a movie all the way through.
Huh?
Right.
Okay, I'm first. Don't get me all confused, and
This is the album.
Oh,
yeah, the cover is really cool.
The artwork is awesome.
It's really cool. Okay, so De Staat, which means the state. I read about that. I liked that I didn't really have to put a lot of thought into listening to it. Like there wasn't a lot of like being perplexed or anything like that. So it starts off with this song called Kitty Kitty. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, I liked the little bass line, the little ticky ticky sounds, and it was funky. And then the second song comes on, what's it, Fix It Till You Make, and I'm like, well, it starts off with this screeching woman or whatever that noise is. And I was like, shut up. And I hated it. And then Mona Lisa comes on and I'm really digging it. I'm liking it. And it was reminding me of moments of Bay City Rollers with Shang-a-Lang, because it definitely has that Shang-a-Lang sound to it. Yeah. And then the next song comes on and I'm like, well, this is crap. And then Pikachu comes on, 1, 2, Pikachu, which totally reminded me of Bloodhound Gang's The Bad Touch. Let's do it while we watch the Discovery Channel. So I'm like, I kept feeling a lot of it really kind of reminded me, 1, 2, Pikachu, wanna Pikachu. I liked that one. So I was noticing, like, once I got to the 6th track, I'm like, okay, a song called Phoenix. I'm like, nope. This is kind of boring. So it was like almost to every other song, I was digging it, and then I wasn't digging it, and then I was digging it, and then I wasn't digging it. It kind of stopped at the Pikachu. Didn't like the Level Up was kind of fun. It was a very video game theme song. Me Time was okay, walk my dog, but then you're talking about reading a blog and Pepper the Frog, and I was really confused. And then it just kind of fizzled the rest of the way for me. Maybe some same. I felt like there was a lot of similarities in everything that you were hearing. His voice was fun, but again, there was times like I felt like I was listening to other bands. Like it was almost like especially I got tons of Bloodhound Gang vibes, especially in that Pikachu song. Yeah.
I don't know Bloodhound Gangs.
You don't know the
Bloodhound? They had
Bloodhound?
an album called Hooray for Boobies.
Yeah, Hooray for Boobies. And they had this song.
That's probably why I don't know them.
They also had an album called One Fierce Beer Coaster. And that had Why Is Everybody Always Picking on Me?
That also had Fire, Water, Burn. The roof is on fire. They sing in a very monotonous voice, but they sing outrageous lyrics.
No wonder I don't know them. What year was
you never
that?
heard that Bad Touch song?
Yeah,
you and me, baby, we can.
What year was that? So I can put that in my
doing the Discovery Channel. Get horny now. Yeah. Yeah, and then we can do it doggy style so we can both watch X-Files. Yeah. You and me, baby. So, did it blow me away? No. Was it a revelation? No. Was it something I was like, oh, if I don't get this, I'm gonna die. No, but there were moments that were fun and I enjoyed, and I liked a lot of the sounds and the music and the, like bass lines and, like I said, the ticky sounds and
What?
the first one I had like
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
ticky
You're right.
noises, and they were fun. They were like ticky tacky because they're all made out of ticky tacky. And they all look just the same. Oh, and they all sound just the same. Okay, so
Drink more wine.
I'm gonna have some more wine and tell y'all that this gets 3 rainbows.
And now it's Mike's turn.
Yeah.
Get it
So
on.
I didn't take any notes. I did not take any notes for this.
No.
As soon as Richard suggested this record, I ran out and bought it. First of all, the artwork is freaking spectacular. The inner sleeves are gorgeous. The production, the packaging of this is just freaking cool.
Bought it.
I didn't take any notes. I absolutely love this. I don't know why. It's just fun and it's energetic and the music is kick-ass. It just everything about it. It's high energy. It's post-punk. It's industrial, but yet it's kind of got a, like, if you heard this on a dance floor, you'd probably be like, oh yeah, I kind of dig this. That Kitty song that opens it, I just dug it. Fake It Till You Make It was the one song at first I was like, I don't know. Then Mona Lisa I absolutely loved.
So good.
I'm Out of Your Mind. I totally dig. The Pikachu song is so much fun. I really, really dug it. And I'm listening to it. And I like this record from the very first stream. I was like, wow, this is different. This is not something in my wheelhouse. And I everything about it would just energized me. It really gave me so much energy. And I bet I've listened to this between streaming and owning the record. I bet I've listened to it 15, 20, at least 15 times.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. In the car, and you gotta turn it up, man. Turn this thing up as loud as you possibly can. And it gets to the song Phoenix, and I got through Pikachu, and I was like, well, there's not going to be any ballads on this record. And it got to Phoenix, and it's slow groove, and his vocals are real slow, and I'm like, oh, here comes the boring ballad. And then it just boom, it just punches you in the face with that electronic, I don't know what the hell is. It's just so, it's great. I would love to see this band live. I would absolutely love to see them live. I don't think there's a bad song on here. I listened to the whole thing, like I said, probably 15 times, and I really dig it. And the record sounds great. The vinyl sounds really good.
Where did you buy it?
I got it on Amazon, I think. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's on Amazon for, I think I paid $35. Yeah. And it sounds great. It's three sides music, and then the fourth side is etched. And yeah, these guys are fun. I listened to their album that came right after that. Not very good.
No.
Not very good.
Mm.
My only complaint about the vinyl is I got a ding,
Oh,
and I don't.
Split
You see
scene.
that? Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
bad ding, and I don't care about that. The music sounds great, but yeah, that's a pretty bad ding. And there's also a pretty bad crease up here, but whatever. The music, I absolutely love this. I thank you for suggesting it. I'll give it. I never think about how many rainbows I'm going to give something until I actually do my review. I'm just energized by it. Well, I'll give it 4 rainbows. Will I give it 4 rainbows in like 5 years? We'll see. But right now,
Let's
I just
revisit
dig
it in 5
absolutely
years.
love it.
Yes.
I really, really do. And yeah, it's terrific. Like I said, the follow-up, not so good.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a bad song on it. It's called "Fake It Till You Make It." It's horrible. The rest of it though is decent. That "Fake It Till You Make It" song, man, that's
Yeah.
terrible. I didn't like that first song that much either. What was it called? Kitty?
Kitty.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be awful. But it actually started getting better. I actually preferred the second half over the first half. It sounded like all those different things going on. You know, it could be like, you know, like you were saying, like dance music or video game music, Craig said. Or I also got like a kind of a soundtrack out of it, like you're listening to some sort of a movie soundtrack. It was very atmospheric in a lot of places. Nobody mentioned the last song, Luther, which I thought was one of the better tracks on there. It just has that
great.
bass line that keeps going and whatever. I didn't care for the guy's vocals on a lot of the tracks. I thought that they were kind of like, now that Craig said that, it does kind of sound a little Bloodhound Gang-ish. But I didn't get that at the time. What I got was like a little bit of Muse, and then in other parts it was like the Viagra Boys, but without the clever lyrics.
Yeah, I was thinking
the first time I put it on, I thought this is a Viagra Boys influence, kind of. Absolutely.
Yeah. The sound of the music, not the words. The words you could just remove the lyrics and it would have been fine. Exactly. I mean, but yeah, the Phoenix I really liked. But Me Time and you know, it just takes a while to get going. I think for me it's one of those, I don't know how the vinyl is broken up with the songs, but if it was just two-sided, which it's not, but if it was, I would think side 2 is better than side 1. But it's the music is great and on a lot of the tracks. It's electronic type music that is not trying to sound like acoustic. I like electronic music if it's trying to sound like what it is. I don't like electronic music when it's trying to be fake real instruments like drum machines and something trying to sound like an electric guitar or an electric piano, or you know, things like, just use a fucking piano, use a set of drums. So this is electronic music that's not trying to sound like other instruments. It's trying to sound like electronic music. But yeah, it was interesting. I don't know if I would get the vinyl. I would, you know, I would get the CD. I don't really put this music with vinyl records. It just seems like electronic music, all of the digital stuff, and then you put it on I've said that before. It just seems weird that you would put it on this kind of thing that's made to listen to Jim Croce on. But you know, I will give Bubblegum from the Staat 3.5 rainbows.
All right. Well, I first heard of the Staat from a colleague, a coworker of mine. She was telling me about this great Dutch band. I've got to listen to them and whatever. And I started listening to them, streaming it on YouTube. And I did really like the music, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And that's why I was asking you, where did you buy your copy?
Amazon.
Because besides, you know, I have this one, but I also have, and I agree, the latest one is, we won't talk about that. But I have some of their earlier ones. There's this one, Machinery, and then Icon.
Yeah, I listened to that one. It was okay.
And they're, I had to order them all from Germany. Because I just could not find, even in Discogs, there were at the time no domestic sellers offering them.
This did
perhaps now they are.
This did take 3 weeks to get to me, so maybe it also came from a German.
If it came from Amazon, it might have come from a European seller.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is what I really love about the Staat is they are. I like. I've said this before. I like music that like rubs up against nihilism, but isn't quite nihilism. But these guys are in it all the way. They are in it all the way with the nihilism, with the anarchism, and it's just. I mean, when you really listen and consider the lyrical content with many of the songs, and the way they match it with the music. It's just it's just really it's exciting, and it's contradictory because some of the subjects of the songs are really depressing when you think about them. I mean, Kitty Kitty is a song about our current president-elect. Right from the start, they're talking about, the big deal maker, orange entertainer, swamp up, what is it? Yeah, swamp it up gator. That it's.
But you feel like dancing to it.
Yeah, it's and the guy I cannot remember his name. Forum something, I can't remember what his first name is.
I can't pronounce it.
He said that this was his reaction to the first president, the first Tourette presidency.
Torre Torre is his first name.
If this is his response to the first Trump presidency, I cannot wait for the next album.
Man, no kidding.
It'll be banned. We won't be able to get it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So a lot of the songs are being, I believe they're being sung from a perspective of a person who is a kind of like, with the Viagra Boys in Cave World, sung from the perspective of outcasts. Of even couple of the songs are sung from the perspective of an incel, but they're done in a really mocking kind of way. I love all these songs. Fake It Till You Make It. It's just about the posers who, keep faking their way through life, and we see them all the time. They become successful, but there's nothing to them. I like Mona Lisa because this is kind of it's got that militaristic beat to it. And it's like responding to, you think you own me, but no, I own you. You can't control me. There's that line, I'll be dancing by the fire. I'll be dancing while you burn the house down. Let these people burn the world down. I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be who I am. I'm still going to be free, even if you burn the fucking planet down.
Sure, Jan. That's all I kept thinking when I heard that.
Very anarchistic.
What?
Sure, Jan.
I'm out of your mind. That's the one. Very rebellious. You call me out of my mind, but no, I'm out of your mind. Pikachu, voyeurs watching Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2, Pikachu, I will peek at you. I just love the way they play with the sounds. Phoenix is probably the one song where he's becoming contemplative and recognizing that we're burning this fucking planet down.
My favorite.
We're gonna rise up, and we're just gonna do it again. We're just gonna make the same mistakes over again.
I love it.
Level up. People. It's just people using people for personal gain. I like me time. This angry incel kind of thing.
That's my one moment. I'm like, it's all right.
They're gonna reap the revenge, right? But it's all talk. I do like the way that they. I guess it's kind of like syncopation and alliteration that they get going on. Tie Me Down is that's the one duet. He's doing a duet with another Dutch singer. Her name is Tessa Dostra, and it's like the whole song is like, "Don't tie me down, don't tie me down." But at the end of the song, it's like, "It's so nice to be tied with you." It's like, I can be with you. I can love you. We can love each other, but we don't own each other. We don't control each other. That's kind of the vibe I get going with that. I Wrote the Code. That song. I just love that song. This guy, because right now my friend who's visiting and staying with me, he's a code writer, and that's all he does is he's writing code and all this. and it's this guy who writes the code of all codes, and he create, so he's rich, so he doesn't have to work anymore, but the code that he wrote becomes intelligent and starts writing its own codes. So now human beings are no longer matter. I just love that concept in that song. Luther, the final track, I'm kind of wonder if he's singing about that BBC series Luther, that Idris Elba stars in, because it's like that character in that series is investigating really dark criminal minds and activities, and is kind of alone in his whatever with that. And that's kind of what the song is about. We're all trying to find a remedy to being alive, that we keep going. I just really, really love this whole album.
Yeah.
And I love listening to it over and over again. I really haven't gotten tired of listening to it. And I do like the in-your-face nihilism and anarchism. They tour Europe all the time. I wish they would come over here and do a tour. I don't think they could sell big venues here. So it's probably really logistically difficult for them to do a tour here, because they can sell out, big venues in Europe, and they're constantly touring there. And it is like Robert was saying, it's a group they're playing all these instruments. Everything you hear, nothing is being synthesized. They have, a keyboard, so there's some but they've got a real guitar player, they got real drummers, they got a real bass player, and they can perform what you hear on the record live. You can check out some of their videos.
I would love to see them live.
Yeah, it would be such a fun show. This album, I'm going to give it 5 rainbows, because of their catalog, these other two are really good, but they're not quite as good as this one, which is weird, because these records tend to get higher ratings than Bubblegum does. But that's just me. I just like everything. To me, it smoothly transitions from one song to the other. The theme, the feeling, the atmosphere, the intensity starts and goes all the way through. And that's enough jibber jabber. So yeah, 5 rainbows.
And I'm noticing it's produced by the lead singer, co-produced by the band, engineered and mixed by the lead singer. So, I mean, they're all over this. Recorded at Staat Studios.
Yeah, he initially started as a one-person project. Then he was going to do all this stuff. And then gradually he brought in these other people. And some of these other people, as I understand it, they're misfits from other areas of Europe. So I think there's a couple of members of the band who are from, Eastern Europe, and
that might be the guy named Tim. Everyone else is like
Tim.
Right.
Then there's one dude named Tim.
Right.
I like Tim.
But it's one of the nothing is sacred to them, and but at the same time, they really punch at the hierarchies that control things, and their basic message back is, you're not going to control me.
And
I found that a little naive in the present.
Wow.
Well, now these people,
This came out in
in Europe, they,
they're in Europe, so maybe they could still not be controlled there.
Well, no. I mean, some of them, as I said, they're immigrants from, the Eastern Bloc countries, where there are still many tyrants running the countries. They know what it's like to live, and that's why that opening song, he went after He went after the president-elect, who was then president at the time he wrote the song.
Yeah. The artwork is done by Studio Wonder, so it's a company. It's not a single person, but the artwork is absolutely just spectacular. It's gorgeous. I mean,
Yeah, it is. It's
the packaging is beautiful, except for the.
Well, like Mike's the same because yours keeps changing color.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Okay, so both of them do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fancy.
Mike's is not changing.
It's not. Why is it not?
I did look on
Is yours
Amazon.
I
lenticular?
noticed.
The
Like, Richard's is
Norwegian
changing,
version.
but Mike's doesn't.
Is yours the lenticular cover? No. See, I got the lenticular
No,
cover.
mine's not.
Oh yeah, yours is not that fancy. Mike.
Yeah.
But I did look
Put
on
that
Amazon,
Richard
and that
Nixon.
comes from
No.
sellers,
Motherfucker.
and it's.
And I got dings.
Yeah.
I know.
Come on.
Shitty copy of that.
Sounds good.
Might as well have
That's what
streamed
matters.
it.
Right. What are we listening to next, Fithin?
We are listening to Queen, A Day at the Races
Oh,
A day
Heard
with the
of that.
raisins.
from 1976.
yes, A Day at the Raisins starting.
No, A Day with the
Graduation
raisins,
year.
like as
As
in
lead
California. What?
Also available on CD.
Yeah,
Oh, I've heard of CDs.
and
So
probably
yeah, we'll be
yeah,
talking
and
about
probably at
Queen's
1.8 track.
what, 5th album, I think, 6th album, something like that. Queen 1, Sheer Heart Attack, Night at the Opera's after that, right? And then 5th
This was
album.
the follow-up to Night at the Opera, yeah.
Yeah, this is a follow up.
Because they have the same cover.
Yeah, why didn't
So
they
what
do
was
Duck
the
Scoop
total
after that?
though on the Staat?
Or not at Casablanca? No,
What?
no one.
What
Okay.
was the total?
Did
on
you
the
not
Staat?
pay attention to
No,
me
I was not.
sitting here
Everybody was
holding
talking.
this?
Look at
Pretty
that.
much
We've got
every
cards.
record.
We've
Every
got
record
cards
review
now.
gets 15.5 stars, by the way.
You need to rainbow that card up, man.
Yeah.
Sissy that walk.
Bless you.
Girl.
All right, so that was our review of Die Staat and Bubblegum from 2019.
I like bubblegum.
I almost want to give it 4 stars now.
Stream it.
I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics all that much. It's because I heard they need to put the songs in different order. That fucking Fake It Till You Make It needs to go more towards the end. Because I kind of like
I
zoned
just
out
love
on the
that
lyrics.
song. It's just, yeah, I just love it. That's what the
Yeah,
whole business
I would
world is
agree.
about.
I would agree with Robert on that one.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Oh, we're rounding up.
All right, so that was and so
But
next
you
is
said he wanted
Queen
to
A Day
give
at
it
the
4.
Races. Hopefully you will join us for that. We've also got the tops and bottoms of 2014 coming up.
That'll be a good time.
So yeah, that'll be a blast.
Right. I'm dreaming
Maybe
of
we'll
it
play
right
our
now.
music game again, and then we'll
Maybe.
find out what Craig has for us to review. So all of that and more. We probably have some sort of special Christmas episode at one point in the
So much
future as
pressure.
well. So get ready for all of that. Hopefully you'll join us. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. I'm Robert Fithin, along with
Richard at Kelvin Wazoo.
Craig's vinyl plethora.
Mike, do I always have to go after Craig because he makes me giggle?
Well,
Mike and-
yeah.
Mike at Hub Tunes.
We'll talk to you again soon.